welcome back to Bugle Rats. I'm Martin.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Martin.
And welcome back to the finale of Bugle Rats Battle of Bugle Season 2. It's been a long old journey, but we're finally here.
Again.
Again.
You got this far last time, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Indeed. So, if you're new to the channel, new to the format, basically this has been a 16-player knockout tournament. Every week, new video, 2,000 points of Tempest of War. We had 14 members of Bugle Rats and 2 Team Miniatures taking part. And here we are in the finale, all battling it out for the Season 2 trophy.
Trophy.
And Martin's eternal love.
Yes.
Yes. So, we have George here after going through what?
Grey Knights, some crappy Tyranid lists, can't remember who ran that, some dimwit, and a really cool Blood Angels army as well with Jamie.
Isn't that Tyranid game when you did the Bugle Battle coaching?
Yeah, the Bugle Battle coaching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that and learned something. He didn't, unfortunately. I tried. I really did try, but...
And what have you gone through?
I've gone through Space Marines in Black Templars and Salamanders. One tried to punch me to death and that didn't work. One tried to melt-a-gun me to death and that didn't work. And then Necrons, and how did that go, man?
I was playing old Codex.
Came out today, didn't it, as day of recording? It's a good battle report. I watched it earlier.
Yeah, you should check it out, especially if you like seeing things explode and do way more damage than they should.
So here we are, so elephant in the room, but it doesn't make too much difference here. We are still playing with Nachmund army lists, pre-data sheet ballots.
Yep.
But it doesn't make any difference here, apart from some point changes.
Yeah, I start with CP.
Yeah, mine went down by 10 points, and if we were playing Nephilim, I'd be -1 CP. So
I'd be down 80 points because these Deathwing Knights have actually gone down 4 points a model.
that's pretty good, isn't it?
Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Especially when I got 20 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, 0 CP.
But yes, so this is the final game of the Tempest, and then after this week we'll be back to Nephilim battle ports, so make sure you come back and check them out. But on to the finale. So we're going to draw the cards live for the game. We'll then go and do battle setup with prayer place terrain, which I'm sure you're happy to finally get
Oh, I
rid of.
love it. It's the best. It's
Yeah. You know, I actually don't mind it in this kind of format. I do mind it at tournaments.
It's I guess in a little local game like this, it's all right, but I just find it annoying. Just
I would rather have it never than have it always. Don't get me wrong. In tournament play, it's
obnoxious.
yes,
Okay,
way too much thinking before you've even put anything down on the table.
who wants to pick the mission?
Ladies first.
You, Stephanie.
Burn and raise. So in the second, third, and fourth battle rounds, each at the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 points if they satisfy each of the following conditions. They control 1 or more objectives, and they control more objectives than their opponents. In the fifth battle round, the player who has the first turn scores 5 victory points at the end of their command phase for each of the above conditions. The player who had second scores them at the end of his turn. At the end of the battle, each player scores 5 points for each objective marker they raised as described below. Raise objectives. 1 unit from your army can start to perform this action at the start of your movement phase, if it is within range of an objective marker that you control and it is not within your own deployment zone. This action is completed at the end of your turn. If successfully completed, that objective marker is raised and removed from the battlefield. Ouch.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does sound familiar. Yeah,
When you gave John his breakdown.
in John's last ever game, we had this, and he played on a couple of gambits, which relied on him having first turn. He didn't get first turn. Instead, I raised an objective turn 1, massacred his unit, managed to catapult myself more than halfway up the board.
And for the rest of it, you need to go and watch the game.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I would never.
Right, take a mission card. Special rule.
Special rule. Secret intel.
That sounds appropriate for Dark Angels, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. In this mission, a player only receives the Battleforce CP bonus at the start of their command phase if their warlord is on the battlefield or they're embarked within a transport. Also sounds familiar. I think I have that against you.
Sure. And then finally, a deployment. And show the camera.
Dawn of War.
There we go, nice and simple. So it's basically score stuff.
Yep.
So that's the mission. So let's refresh ourselves with the army list. So first of all, let's refresh ourselves with the Dark Angels.
Okay, so here's the list. So very familiar for those of you who've tuned in and seen my games before, and also has a lot of semblance with the standard kind of Deathwing lists that were running around at the end of Enactment. Okay, so we've got the two big blocks of Deathwing Knights that take up about 50% of the army between them. So each one of these is really formidable in itself. If you've seen any of the previous games, I don't think a single squad of 10 has died yet this tournament. I could be wrong there, so I apologise if I am. But yeah, they're pretty chunky. So obviously, as anyone who's familiar with Deathwing will know, these are equipped essentially with Thunderhammers, but with no negative to hit. And being the elite of the elite, they have weapon skill 2, so they're hitting on 2s at strength 8. -2 AP, flat 3 damage. Now I thought that these would struggle with the lowish AP into Marines with Armour of Contempt, but actually my first 2 games were against Power Armour and they absolutely demolished everything they touched. Into Necrons, very similar story, including potentially over-demolishing a monolith and then it exploding and killing way too much of my own stuff. So I suggest you watch that game if you haven't already. Very entertaining game against Martin himself. They also can't be wounded on less than a 4, so they basically have transhuman physiology built in to their data sheet, as well as Terminator armor, storm shields, all the big defensive stuff there. We've also got a squad of 10 Relic Terminators. Now, again, if you've watched the previous games, you will have seen me drop these in. As these have dropped in, they've popped a couple of stratagems, and they've shot with +1 to hit, +1 to wound, and -1 AP, which is a really nice set of bonuses that stacks together and has worked really well into, again, Marines and Necrons. However, that might not be the case today. The sheer speed, as well as the amount of units that George is able to field and bring to the table, means that these might not end up in reserve at all. So we'll see what I decide to do there. Also against George, contrary to what you've seen me do in previous games, you can expect there to be more squads. You can expect these full 10-man squads to combat squad and to spread out a bit more. This is partly to counter the fact that, converse to my other opponents, George's army is fast. It can get everywhere. It's not just a case of my 5-inch movement will do. I'm going to need to be spreading in multiple directions in order to cover every base. We've also got the 2 Deathwing command squads here, mainly for backfield objective holding, but again, that may end up working slightly differently because George does have the capacity to get around me and get into my backlines very, very quickly. So we'll see if, once the table's set up, whether I feel comfortable leaving them on their own as a 2-man squad on my backfield objective, or whether I feel like that's handing in points. Then we've got the 4 characters. So we've got the Deathwing Ancient with the Pennant of Remembrance. So that gives, it's a targeted buff that gives -1 damage to one of my units of Terminators. We've got Belial, who is the Warlord. He has as well as various buffs in melee, the ability to hit on 2s and wound on 2s against anything non-vehicle. He also has the Inexorable Warlord trait, which means that he is -1 damage, which is just a nice little passive ability to have. The Ravenwing Apothecary is, well, he's like the typical Marine Apothecary, selfless healer and the like, but fast. The Dark Angels one does have the advantage of having a bike, and being Ravenwing does come with a whole host of extra stratagems for extra movement, extra mobility. As well as the fact to launch the fact that it can launch stasis grenades, which can force a unit to remain in combat and not be able to fall back, which is potentially a very useful tool for stopping me getting shot at quite so much. And then we've got the Ravenwing Talonmaster. The Talonmaster is again, all the shooting in the list, really, with the exception of the Relic Terminators. Again, benefiting from various Ravenwing stratagems and the increased movement that Devastator Doctrine brings. He also has the Arbiter's Gaze Relic, which allows him to hit on 2s regardless of anything else, including in Overwatch. And he has the Brilliant Strategist Warlord trait, which allows him to knock himself or a unit nearby back a Doctrine, which essentially is used to keep him in Devastator Doctrine for that little bit longer, to give him that extra movement, the ability to advance and shoot, which again always hits on 2+, and also to increase the AP of his weapons, as both his weapons are heavy. And that's the list. In the previous rounds, I've only come up against generally toughness 4 things with 3 up and 4 up saves. So it's been power armor, and Necrons. And these tend to be quite good into that kind of thing. Playing against Drukhari, playing against something fast, it's going to be a very different kind of game. I'm going to have to play very differently. And it's going to be a good one.
So that was Dark Angels. Now you got the Drukhari.
What's up, Real Space Raid fans? Let's get this done. The final round, and I'm against Martin and his Deathwing. Very, very, very durable list. I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I've faced Deathwing a couple of times before, both, well, lots of Terminators basically, but different kinds of Terminators because you seem to have several flavours. Before I get started, I just want to do something just to wind Martin up and all you OCD fans out there. I'm just going to do this. That's going to drive you nuts, isn't it? I'm not going to change it. But right, so we are. The list is exactly the same. So it's a triple patrol. I have a patrol of Blackheart Cabal, led by an Archon. He's got the Jinblade Relic, Ancient Evil Warlord trait for the Fight Last, and a Blast Pistol. I have 2 units of Incubi, a unit of Carbolite Warriors, just bare bones as they are, a reasonably large Court of the Archon with 2 Urgle, 4 Slith, and my Lamian. They're for my sort of backfield / midfield holding down ground. Deceptively durable unit. I then have 2 Ravagers with triple Dark Lance. 3 Raiders, 1 with the Dark Lance and 2 with Disintegrators. That's just for points, really, and they're going to be filled with my infantry. I then have a Cult of Strife patrol, and in that I have my brand new, fresh off the painting desk Succubus with the Triptych Whip and Competitive Edge for those lovely, lovely rerolls. She is leading a squad of Blood Brides, and in the Blood Brides we have a Hecatrix, and she's got the upgraded Agonizer, which is the relic called More Veins Agonizer. And it basically just means if I hit a unit in combat, if it's not a vehicle or a monster, I believe, they can't fall back, which is lovely. No rolling, no fuss, no stratagems, just not allowed to fall back, which is really, really good. I then have one of my favourite units, the Reaver Jet Bikes, just a 3-man unit. I believe they've got the Painbringer drug for the +1 toughness, just to make them just a little bit more durable. But they've been really useful in Tempest of War for just grabbing objectives, getting to areas where I need them to go, and also move blocking. And I think that might be one of the key things to do in this game, because Terminators have very limited movement, and if I can hinder that for another turn, even just by throwing 3 Reavers in front of them, that could be quite useful. I then, to finish it off, have a Artist of Flesh patrol. That is led by a Homunculus, a Master Homunculus with the Animus Vitae Relic, no Warlord trait. He's been represented today by my lovely Urian Rakarth model, because he doesn't get to see the board very often, but he's not Urian Rakarth, he's just a regular Homunculus that looks like Urian Rakarth. So I then have 2 units of regular racks with an electro-corrosive whip in each for a little bit of extra oomph in combat. A unit of Homoxites, again with an electro-corrosive whip on the Akathis for a little bit of extra combat punch. Then have 2 units of 4 Grotesques, with Flesh Gauntlets and Monstrous Cleavers for that awesome melee damage and reasonable toughness, and reasonable durability. And that's the list. It's it's 1990 points now, but it's going to be an interesting fight. I've got a lot of Terminators to combat with. I've got basically 2 big blobs of Deathwing Knights, which are a tough nut to crack. And Martin's got 2 of them. He's got 2 nuts, 2 tough nuts. I don't know if you ever tried to crack 2 tough nuts. It's pretty hard. And then on top of that, he's got like a spear tip, a shaft, if you will, of relic terminators with lightning claws and storm bolters. So I've got 2 really tough nuts and a pretty hard shaft coming right at me. And I'm worried, a bit worried if I'm honest. But we'll see how it goes. And we'll see you in the battle report.
So that's the Drukhari. Fortunately, chose the list. I know you touched on it briefly during the army talks.
Yeah, it's a hard game. It's like it's a complete game of opposites. So you've got slow and very tough against fast and punchy. So it's it's immovable force and irresistible force and movable object in a way. Although don't get me wrong, like the Dark Angels hit really hard. Like I mean, all the Deathwing Knights basically have thunder hammers. And for me, like the lightning claws just rip through everything in my list. Basically, like lightning claws are very, very good against Drukhari. And the transhuman all over the place. It comes in big. Basically nullifies a lot of my shooting. Like my dark lance has become a lot worse when I'm wounding on 4s rather than 2s. But yeah, it's going to be a tough fight. I think I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, kind of to echo a lot of what was said. I mean, my list really excels in situations where I can control the narrative. You know, you've got to get through me and you can't. The thing is that George never has to go through me. He can go around me or over me or do things to my behind that I don't really like.
We do like to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's very, very Drukhari.
Yeah.
So it is very much going to be a case of how much can I kind of keep control of the narrative before he's just everywhere. And how well can I control the key areas that are going to score me points?
Yep.
So, let's get on to it. Come back with deployment. Okay, so the table's all set up, and we've got lots of new objective markers on the table today. We've got, obviously, trusty Bugle Bat Rats, we've got Real Space Raiders for George, and we've got Team MFM from Martin. So table set up. So again, terrain release for all the tournament has been Glasshammer tournament terrain set. So if you like what we've used for this whole event, go check them out. Basically all the owl shades are obscuring, apart from these ones because they're under 5 inches, but no line of sight under them. And we've got lots of trees for just dense, so you must want to shoot through and into. Nice and simple. So Martin, who's defender, so you deploy the zone and put down the first terrain piece.
Yes, I did.
And you've deployed this side, so talk us through it.
So I deployed this side.
Yep. Well done on Drukhari.
No, so we've got a command squad hiding in there for reasons. Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm sure they'll find something to do. We combat squadded the, I don't know who we are. I'm not actually schizophrenic. No. So I've combat squadded the relic terminators. So we've got the first 5 of them in there and the other 5 of them there. The main reason being that they dish out a lot of attacks. And if they are shooting at a target of George's that is susceptible to being gunned down by storm bolters or slashed to pieces by lightning claws, 10 of them is probably overkill. Yep. So going with 2 squads of 5 instead. Yep. Now there's the grenade harness, 1 in each, and the sergeant I believe is in that squad.
Okay, and then
we've got a big block of Deathwing Knights here.
Yep.
Big block of Deathwing Knights here, along with 2 cheeky members of the command squad, just there making sure that if Deathwing Knights come off this end, there's still some bodyguard protection. For the Talon Master, then the Apothecary, the Ancient, and the Character, because as you know, I like to stack my character buffs in quite dense areas. That's the lot.
Yeah.
That's me done.
Very nice. So going over to the Drukhari.
Yep, so sort of 2 mini castles. So I've got my Ravagers, a raider with Drazar in, Reavers, Grotesques and Homoxites this side. And then on this side I've got my Court and the Archon, my raider with my Archon and Incubi in, and my Blood Brides. And a unit of warriors in Tactical Reserve in the Webway portal. That's it.
Very nice. So, who wants first hand? Also,
I was going to say George, but I guess not.
Pick your pack of cards.
I'm going to pick the one that's closest to me because it's closest to me.
Oh,
I'm going to
pick the other
reshuffle
one.
them because I didn't trust
Because we
mine.
don't- No, I'm going to reshuffle for exactly the same reason.
Yeah, he's blatantly rigged it, isn't he?
Well, yeah.
Probably in my favour though, so I'm
Probably.
probably doing myself over.
Yeah, you're wearing the right shirt to be
Yeah,
on
I'm
his
wearing
side.
the right shirt.
So first turn, yeah?
Yeah, so let's roll for first turn.
What do we reckon?
My,
Real Space Raiders dice? Bugle Bat Reps dice?
Well, as
Or
the
Black Crow Gaming dice? That's
as
what I'm
the original Team Mad for Miniatures, I'm going to use my Mad for Miniatures dice. So Haven.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, I'm using the black one.
Yeah.
Alright. You can be the Forces of Evil. And I'll use my white one.
Okay.
3, so
Five,
5.
see?
So your first turn for the
Drukhari.
Drukhari.
Good luck to you.
You too, Ryan. Let's
Let's
give it a good
have a
crack.
nice handshake or fist bump.
Boom.
There we go.
Let's
Right.
kill each other in a gentlemanly manner.
Right, so into Drukhari, turn 1. Let's see
Yep.
what cards you get.
Oh yeah. I get no prisoners, kill models.
Cool.
Which should be alright. Raise a banner. Which should be doable, hopefully. And capture enemy outposts.
I think that's a not first turn.
At the end of your turn, if you control an objective marker in your opponent's deployment zone. Nope.
Was that
That one. I'm not going to discard any. I'm going to leave it as that for now.
Okay.
See how I get.
I do. So
Yeah.
we'll come back. End the movement phase for Drukhari. Okay.
So movement, well, I suppose a bit. So I moved boosted the Reavers over to here to move block a big chunk of Martin's army. The court just stayed there, really. They're going to do their job for hopefully the whole game. One raider with the racks inside, moved over, hopped over. The racks got out and just touched this objective to start raising a banner. The raider with the blood birds in is over here. Raider with Drazar is over here. Hemoxites just went up and hugged this wall. Grotesques advanced and Monculus advanced to push over to this objective just to hold that one as well. And the Raider Ravagers moved around back of the line to get line of sight on all this stuff I'm going to have to try and shoot. And that's about it. So we're going to the shooty phase.
Okay.
That's the one where you roll dice, right?
It's the one where I roll dice. So
Cool.
we'll do ones that don't have an option. So this disintegrator over here into the Deathwing Knight, because it's
Yep.
the only thing I can see.
Yep.
So we're going to go 3s. We roll 1 hit because of Black Heart. See, it's not just the Real Space Raiders dice.
Oh, I wasn't going to comment.
And then 4s because you are transhuman. Not a thing. We'll do the other disintegrator.
That is the Mad for Miniature dice rebelling against
Yeah,
your
yeah.
treason.
We'll do the other disintegrator. This is going to go into let's go into the Deathwing again. The Knights.
Yep.
So 3 hits, 4s, 3 wounds, -3.
Cool. So that'll be on their 4-ups.
Yep.
And 2 of them will fail.
So that's 2 damage apiece. So 1 Deathwing Knight dead.
Well, 2 damage apiece.
Yep.
Is 4 feel no pains.
Okay.
And that is 1 Deathwing Knight dead.
Woo! Oh, we're halfway there.
And it'll be Legs McGee.
So we'll do some lances. So the first Ravager is going to shoot into the command squad.
Okay.
I get 1 hit. I get 2 hits. I win on 4s because you were transhuman. That is 1 wound at -4. Yep, goes through. D3 plus 3 damage. So do you get feel no pains? So 4 damage.
Probably not. Cool.
And then the other Ravager into the other Deathwing command squad, or the one that's left.
Yep.
That was a 5. And then 4s again. Ooh, look at that. Triple
yes,
6.
Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, I care more than I'd like.
So all 3 go through?
2.
2. So it's, yeah, that's a lot of damage.
I make that 15 damage.
That's 11 damage.
They're not D3.
D3 plus
D3
3,
plus
yeah.
3. What am I saying? D3.
It's 11
Yeah.
damage on a single Terminator.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Just in case anyone was wondering.
He's dead, Dave. That's it, I think, for shooting. And that's it for my turn. I'm starting to make some move on no prisoners. I've got 9 so far. So
Nice.
Yeah.
better than nothing.
But you don't get captured on the outposts.
I don't get capture enemy outposts because that would be very much impossible on turn 1.
But you
Um,
get banner.
But I do get banner, and I am going to discard capture enemy outpost because
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, so end of round 1 for Drukhari, 5 points. This is simple.
Nice and simple.
So on to Dark Angels, turn 1 next. Dark Angels, turn 1.
Okay. Cards. So we've got no prisoners.
Snap.
Yeah, secure no man's land for
Easy.
holding 2 or more objective markers in no man's land at the end of my turn. We'll see how that goes.
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
We'll see how that goes. And battlefield supremacy for
Strong
having
roll.
3 or more objectives.
That's a good draw.
That's a really good draw, actually.
Not bad.
No, I'm happy with that.
Keep them all?
Yeah.
Okay, so come back and movement with Dark Angels. Okay, in the Dark Angels movement.
Yeah.
Talk
Stuff
us through
moved. Stuff moved. Stuff moved forward.
Did it move? Don't you like it moved?
I mean,
Moved a little bit.
yeah, some of it started to kind of shimmy around to the side. They're all lining up, getting ready to do a Mexican wave. Yeah, they're there, and actually, because of the extra little tiny bit there, then actually that's only a 8-inch charge. So that might happen. It also might not, so we'll see how I'm feeling. It really depends on what dice here, because if he's got options of making that charge harder for me and killing the ones that are stood on the objective, or killing the ones that aren't stood on the objective and keeping the objective. So, are they all sick?
Nope.
No, they're not all sick. So it's just a case of if I can
Yeah,
get bodies on
just
there.
Chunky.
If I can get bodies on there, then my objective, which will work well for my cards.
What else have you done?
Yeah, I'll go out talk about something else. I get the hint. So these advanced, these didn't, so they could shoot. These didn't, so they could shoot. These didn't, so they could fight.
And you come off the objective? You
I
say
have come off the objective.
Interesting.
Yeah, big plays there.
Controversial.
It's controversial.
But it happened.
Yeah.
You brought back someone?
Yeah, I brought back this guy here.
Yeah.
Just to give myself an extra little.
And
And-
my devious agents of Vet saw it coming, and they've made that stratagem actually cost him a CP now. So
Yeah,
he
so
gets
now-
one free use, and now from now on, if he wants to bring back his pesky Deathwing, it's going to cost him a CP to do it.
Almost makes the apothecary not worthwhile, so he might still go on a suicide run at some point. He's armed with a fist.
Okay. What else
Not
you
a
done?
power fist.
What
That's
else
it.
you done in command
Nothing.
phase?
Oh, my
no,
command phase.
you put
4
reroll
rerolls
hits.
on here and
-1
minus 1
damage
damage on here.
Okay.
And I removed cover from something that's not in cover.
Adele. So you shoot him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with these guys here.
Yep.
And they're going to fire their Stormbolter equivalents into this squad here.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, because why not? Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Okay, so that'll be 20 shots. They moved, so they're hitting on 3s. With no semblance of a reroll. But that's still not bad. 5 misses.
T4.
Strength 4, toughness 4. I think that means 4s. Which will give you 6 saves to make, sir.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, lucky. Oh, I'm 6 up. There's 1.
That'll be 5 fails.
And then 5 minor pains.
Oh,
1 dies.
what?
The runes of fate have spoken.
Something's spoken. There's a noise in my head. It sounds like my bullshit meter.
Is it a buzzing?
Right, so, alright, they shot. They can't shoot, so now I'm going to move on to these 3 who will...
3 knights, or whatever they are.
Yeah, the Relic Terminators will shoot into this squad.
Yep.
Why not? And by why not, I mean because that's really their only target is in dense cover. So,
These were re-rolling,
3s re-rolling.
which is good because that was a lot of 1s and 2s.
It was a lot of 1s and 2s, wasn't it? Okay, 1 miss.
And I am toughness 6.
Toughness 6, wonderful. So that'll be 5s, re-rolling 1s because the Talon Master is within 6 inches of them.
Did you give re-roll 1s to Deathwing, or?
Gives it to everything.
Oh, that's really good.
He's just a lieutenant, really.
That's amazing.
He's-
I thought it was only Ravenwing he
He's
gave it to.
awesome, no.
Yeah.
So
4 is that?
that is 3 and a reroll. 4.
Let's see if the runes of fate are kind to me again. So 6s. Nope. And then Fiona Payne's pretty kind.
It's not bad.
So 2 wounds.
2 wounds. And then the Talon Master will blow his load.
All these talk of tough nuts, shafts, and blowing loads. There's something in the background. Could be taken another way, maybe.
Well, you're the one that said I had hard nuts to crack.
You do
and a
have
big
hard
shaft
nuts.
coming at you.
It's coming at me.
So heavy bolter first. So hitting on 2s because that's what he does. And
5s.
wounding
Strength
on
5 and 6.
5s. For 2.
2. We'll use 1
Minus 2.
just
So-
6 up in bowl.
Yeah.
No. And then Fiona Payne's double.
Cool. And the assault cannon. Hitting on 2s. And rolling 4 1s. And 4s. That's better.
That was
2, 4, 6, 7 saves on your invuln and feel no pain and all that goodness.
So I make 2 6s.
3 6.
3 6s. Fiona Payne's. Right, this is cocked. So 4 wounds go through. So he dies. Oh. Stupid spiky bits. And he's going to go to 2 wounds, I think.
Okay. The apothecary is going to throw a crack grenade at there because he can, and it probably will do nothing because he's.
On the Reavers.
No, just at these guys.
How's
Grenade.
he lobbing a grenade?
He's got a 30-inch grenade launcher.
Oh, he's got a grenade launcher. He's
Yeah.
not throwing a grenade. He's
Yeah.
shooting me with a grenade.
I was like, what the fuck?
He's throwing
He's
a
got the
grenade.
arm of a
Enthusiastic.
quarterback or something.
It's a hell of a quarterback.
Quarterback apothecary.
Oh, he hits. That doesn't happen very often. Strength
4s.
6, so 4s. It wounds. That happens even less often.
6 up in bowl. Nope. And D3 damage.
D3 damage.
So 1 Fiona Payne. Nope. Takes a wound.
Take a damage. I think that's the first bit of damage he's done all tournament. Good job.
Okay.
Right, and now it's time for charges.
Charges.
And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare Talon Master into that squad of grotesques.
Okay. Luckily, he's literally touching them anyway. Jesus, that was a bad roll.
I'd rather roll like that
Yeah.
now. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to charge the Ancient into the Reavers.
Okay. I'm gonna stand there and look at you menacingly.
You do that. 6 inches, right, with 6
Some root
inches,
charges here.
I'm going to there. There's going to be a lot of charges here.
Double 1, then double 3.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the double 6. We'll build up to it dramatically. The Apothecary is going to charge in.
Double 3.
The Relic Terminators are going to charge in. Sorry for ruining the double streak.
Oh, you've not rolled above 7 now, Matt.
I haven't rolled above 7.
No.
I'm saving it.
Luckily, I threw my 3 Reavers 28 inches at you, 26 inches. So they're right in front of you. They're like, hey, look at me, I'm all juicy.
Juicy they are.
Juicy.
Okay. And the Deathwing Knights are going to... Oh. What, 9-inch charge?
I think so.
9.5 inches, I think that, give or take.
Yeah, it's a 9
Yeah.
charge.
Well, I haven't rolled above 7, so really
Now's the time to roll a 9.
Really I should play it safe, but I'm not going.
You're
I'm
going
gonna
to
use
use
different dice.
multi-charge, or are you going to charge just
Yeah,
charge
I'll
processes?
multi-charge because it doesn't make sense to not charge the Reavers because there's no way they're all getting into the grotesques even for roll level 6.
It's 11.
Wow. Called it.
There we go. I mean, it's not a double 6 like I originally said. But, you know, I think I'm okay with it. So he's going to need something high.
So Death Knight's charged. And
then Belial needing something impressive. That will probably do it. That's 4. Ooh. Fix that in a minute. That's 2. And that's 2. Happy with that?
I think Jeff Boyce could be in trouble.
Yeah, but they weren't there to survive.
Like
Belial, Deathwing Terminator Squad, a Relic Terminator Squad, a Champion, an Apothecary against 3 Reaver jet bikes. I think they got this.
Maybe.
I did give
It'd be a
them,
tough one.
yeah, I did give them Painbringer, so they are T5.
Okay. So I guess I should probably fight.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to charge with. Okay. So, you have the ability to interrupt.
I do have the ability to interrupt.
So I'm going to start with the Talonmaster.
I do also have the ability to heroic intervene, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. It's not very worth it, I don't think. No, because you could smack me and kill me.
I could. I'd try. So the Talonmaster will go first. He has 4 attacks because of Shock Assault, and he hits on 2s because he is Weapon Skill 2. And look at those 4s.
And C6.
So 5's to wound. 4, 3.
Oh. Still on my invul.
Yep.
Nope. And Fiona, what damage is it?
Just damage 1.
Okay, so Fiona Pains. Ooh, he just dies.
I will then pay 2 CP for Swift Strike, allowing him to move his full movement without you hitting me back, at which point I will hop back onto that home objective I so carelessly abandoned.
Okay.
Do you wish to interrupt, sir?
It's not really worth the CP if I'm honest, because I don't think I'm going to do a lot of damage to the Deathwing Knights for 2 CP, because they're -1 damage, aren't they? Those ones.
Yes.
So it's not really.
That's largely why I got him out of the way first, is because I figured that if anything was going to die, good chance of it being that, and he's actually quite useful.
I don't know, let me think. No, I'm sorry.
Okay, no interrupts.
Okay.
So, onto your next unit.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the units into the Reavers, because the Deathwing Knights can then focus their attention where it's actually needed, which is not into the Reavers. So I will start with Belial, who has 6 attacks. He hits on 2s and he wounds on 2s because they're not vehicles. He does not reroll 1s for himself. So that's 5 saves at, I believe, -3. -4, in fact.
So success. Not a dicky bird. They all damage like.
Flat 3 apiece,
Yes,
yeah. Which will give him 3 inches towards the nearest unit. The Deathwing Terminators will go next and make the most of that 3-inch consolidate or pile in or whatever it is at this phase in the turn. The flail is just a different profile. It's not going to do anything to you, really. The maces are where the damage is going to be. So they don't have full rerolls, but they hit on 2s and they will reroll 1s for being within 6 inches of Belial. So 2s rerolling 1s for all of them.
These are the masons, isn't it?
Yeah. Strength 8, so 3s. Yeah. The Talonmaster is left, so no rerolls, but that's fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 saves at -2. 2,
4, 6, 8, 10. So success. Make 1, 2. And these are all 3 damage
And
apiece,
these are all
aren't they?
3 damage apiece,
So,
yeah.
2. Good effort. Goes down to 1.
Yeah.
So it takes another 1. Dies. And then the rest are all on the last guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just do those and see if it kills him. Yeah, it kills him. Pop, pop. That was a very lucky charge.
It was, but 9-inch charge with a reroll has nearly 50% chance of success.
It definitely does not.
It does.
No, that's not how maths work, man.
I have a maths degree.
I'm pretty sure half of 9 is 4.5.
Yes, that's why I said with reroll.
Yeah.
I promise you. I'll upload the maths in the comments for anyone who cares. I will then pile them.
He does have friends, I promise you. Just not many.
You guys are friends, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah. That's all I need. 2 is enough. Are we still going to be friends after this game, regardless of the result? Okay. Then yeah, that's all I need. I don't want to go down to just having Mark as a friend, like it's great, but...
News to me.
Right, and these can, apart from Belial, activate and pile in, so they've got essentially 6 inches moving this way, which they will use to get into the dance. Yeah. And the apothecary will use to get himself within apothecary-ness range.
Apothecary-ness range.
And the ancient will move straight forward. And now all my characters are exposed to your fast stuff. Potentially. However, you've got your attacks now.
Yeah. So we'll do the homunculus first. So he's going to throw an Ichor injector. He hits. Take a mortal wound, please.
Okay. Feel no pain?
2, 4,
No.
6. And then the scissor hands. So 4s. 2 saves, AP 2.
So 3x. And pass both.
That's it. And then the grots are going to pile in. That way. This time I am going to spend 2 CP to re-roll their wounds.
Okay. Select?
Nope.
No. Worth a try.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so these are the flesh gauntlets. So hitting on 3s because they're only turn 1, believe it or not. And then 4s because they're transhuman, but re-rolling everything. That was very good. So it's 1 save at AP 1. So these are all 2-ups, mate. So 1, 2,
Still failed the first one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 saves on your 2-up.
Yeah, so I've failed one already, and I'll take the 6, and I'll fail another 2.
And another and a mortal wound on top of that as well.
And mortal wound on top of that. Let's roll those feel no pains, and so 3 first. Kills a guy, and the other one wounds a guy.
And then the flesh gauntlet, the cleaver attacks. So 2 at AP 3, 1 at AP 2.
At AP 3, so 4 up. Both fail, and the other one fails.
So another 3 damage basically, because they go to 2 damage but -1 because of your.
And the apothecary is still in range for no benefit whatsoever.
That's double.
Yeah, so that'll be another 6 for you and your no prisoners, sir.
Like that.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Nice.
That's it. So they're going to pile in again to here, but not within engagement range of those bloody Terminators.
Yep.
obviously they're not obsec, so they can't take the objective off you anymore, but they want to be a bit moved further up forward.
Sorry, I think he's got knocked. He was touching.
Yeah.
I assume that you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's it.
Cool. End of turn?
End of turn.
Okay, so at the end of my turn, I believe I'm on 17 for no prisoners, so 4 grots and the
12
thing over here.
So that's 16, 17, and then 6 for that, so it's 23.
23.
Yep.
Cool. And then I forgot the readers completely. And then I have secure no man's land for having 2 objectives that aren't in the deployment zone.
Yep.
And battlefield supremacy for having 3 objectives overall.
Nice.
Yeah. So very, very, very
10
good
points.
turn 1.
Yeah, so 10
Okay.
points off that.
So end of round 1. 10 for Dark Angels, 5 for Drukhari. So going into Drukhari, turn 2 next. Okay, so going to Drukhari turn 2, how many objectives are you on?
I'm on 2.
Okay,
So
what's the scoring on this one again?
just hold 1 and hold more, so I just get 5 for
So-
primary.
Okay, 5 on the primary. Are you going to burn any of the objectives that you control?
No, not
No?
yet, because I kind of need to keep hold of this one, because he's all over that one and all over that one at the moment, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to draw some cards.
Yep, just 2. So I've got extend battle lines, which is it's achieved at the end of your turn if you control the objective marker in your own deployment zone and you also control a no man's land objective.
So
that's
you've done
pretty
already.
easy, yeah. And secure no man's land. So secondary mission is achieved at the end of your turn if you control 2 or more objective markers in no man's land. That's actually going to be quite hard because I don't think I can take that off them on my own.
I don't think he's got any obsec on it, does he?
No, he hasn't, but it's I'd have to put witches on it. Don't know. So, yeah, we'll see.
Guessing and keep them all.
Yeah. Keep
Okay, so we'll come back and reaver for Drukhari. Okay, round 2 for Drukhari. What have we done?
Sort of semi-engaged, not quite full tilt just yet, but I'm going to hit hopefully quite hard and neuter some of Martin's utility.
Lots of thinking.
Lots of thinking, because you have to, like, with an army like this, like, we're both melee oriented, we're still early games, there's still loads of CP, so combat interrupt is definitely going to happen, so you just got to kind of plan where is the most damaging combat interrupt and how to mitigate that, basically. So that's what a lot of my thinking was done, and what normally eats into time. But now I've engaged, I've committed now, so it's kind of, I've just got to go for it and hope that my dice favour me. Which they, to be fair, they've been pretty good so far, but I think losing the grotesques to the Deathwings at that 9-inch charge was not planned. Is what it is.
Okay, what have we done then?
So we moved, so these 2 raiders are now empty. The Blood Bride's got out of the one that was over here and moved over to here. The Succubus moved over to here.
Pretty new one.
Yeah, pretty new Succubus. The Archon and the Incubi sort of got out of the raider that was here and moved over, and then that raider shifted over to here to protect these racks a little bit. And then the empty raider moved up to there to help protect the guys from being charged, basically, because it's really hard to move through a raider to charge my juicy stuff. Court shifted over a little bit just to get a line of sight on those guys. I think I measured 18, but we'll just move them back. So I'm 18 inches away, so I can fire my shard carbines at them. Without risk of being charged, because they only move 5 and I shoot 18. So grotesques fell back, homunculus fell back. That is purely to prevent these guys from swinging in my turn. They're -1 damage, so my grotesques are going to do very little against them. So instead I thought it would be better for my grotesques to fall back. I'm going to use cruel deception so they can still charge, and I'm going to charge this unit, which are not -1 damage. The homunculus can just stay where he is because he can't do anything because I can't fall back and charge with everything. And then I spent a CP to auto-advance this raider 8, which has Incubi and Racks in. Drazar got out and he's trying to look up these 2 characters here, which buff Martin's army quite significantly, with Feel No Pain and -1 damage and resurrecting guys, which is very, very nice. So if I can remove that, it would be a big blow to his durability overall. And that's about it. And the Ravagers stayed where they are. Hemoxites, I did roll a 5 on their advance. I was thinking about engaging them, but then I decided, no, I'm just going to leave them there and save them for a bit later.
Okay.
So we're going to shooting. So we'll do ones that don't have an option. So this Raider with the Disintegrator is going to shoot into those Deathwing Command Squad.
Great.
So 4s because you're in terrain.
I am.
In dense. But they all hit. And then 4s because you're a transhuman. And they all wound. 3 at -3.
3 at -3.
So 3 at -2 because you have armor.
Oh, they do, but that's 3 fails.
And that's 2 damage apiece.
So that'll be 1 left
dead
on
on.
1 wound.
Yep. And then the Slith will shoot at him. So 3 shots apiece. Hitting on 4s because you're in dense terrain. 1 free reroll because of Black Heart. And then 4s because of poison. That is 5, no AP.
Not too shabby. And that will kill him.
There's a 1.
There's a
There's a
1.
1.
That's another 6 on bringing
That
it
is
no
another 6
prisoners.
on no prisoners.
That's a bit cheeky.
That was a bit cheeky, wasn't it? That was very efficient. The Dark Lance from there is going to try and shoot a Deathwing Knight. From that Raider. It misses. It misses.
More of that, please.
More of that, please. The Ravagers, because Belial's not lookout third, so this Ravager is going to shoot a Belial. And he hits once, twice, hits thrice.
3 times.
And he wounds once.
AP?
AP4.
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's with Dark Lance, yeah?
That's D3 plus 3 damage.
Okay.
D3.
Yeah.
That is 5 damage.
So it goes down to 4.
He's got 9 wounds!
No, he's -1 damage.
I was going to say.
The 5 damage goes down to 4.
Feel no
No.
pains?
Yes, he will get feel no pains. But he will make 1. So he takes 3 wounds.
Takes 3 wounds, down to
Down to 3.
Down
He's
to
got
3.
6.
And then the other Ravager shooting the same target.
Okay.
3 hit. And then 4s again. 1. Yeah, leave it at that.
Well, that's probably a fail, isn't it? Is that Dark Lance again?
Dark Lance again.
Let's CP that, I think.
CP that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it?
I think that's it for my shooting.
Belial might be about to become very useful.
Did,
so,
did you get a bit of twitchy bum then?
A little. He's looking at Drazar going, don't kill me yet, don't kill me yet, don't kill me yet.
Yeah, I think that's it for shooting, so we'll do charges.
Okay.
So we're going to do the Raider into these guys.
Yep. I'm not going to overwatch that.
So he makes it.
I'm
He's
afraid.
going to go there.
We've got high charge rolls this game.
The Succubus. Yep. She goes there. The Incubi are going to charge both the Deathwing Knights and the Relic Terminators. They get a 10.
Which they very
Nothing's
much
going
need.
to fail there. But, okay, so everything's in over here, and then here. Cruel Deception, so...
Yeah, so Grotesque into the Terminators. They get a 9.
Big old charge.
That is a big old charge. I might actually use that. We'll move that in a minute. So 9 for them. The Raider is going to charge over the wall, or around the wall, to get to him. He gets an 8, a 7. And he's going to touch you there, like so. And Drazar is going to charge these 2 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9. You're going to go there, like that. And then we'll move the Groats. We're just going to go like that, I think.
Okay.
Yep. That's it. So we'll do... first things first, we'll do Tormentor Helms. So I'm going to try and Tormentor this guy.
Okay.
I roll a 4. That's not Tormented.
No.
I'm going to try and Torment the Relic Terminators with the Incubi.
Yep.
I do not. No one is Tormented.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to use Line Unbreakable.
I don't know what that does.
That means that only the things that are physically in engagement range can hit the Deathwing Knights.
Okay. How many CPs are?
That is 1 CP.
Okay. They're fight last anyway, so so we'll leave them there like that. So we are going first of all. We are going with the succubus.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2s.
Rerolling? Or is that? Oh, that's all at the end.
It's all at the end, which
Yeah.
is good because that was terrible. And then 4s. So 1 at AP4 and 2 at AP3.
It's all going to be the same. It's all on the relics, yeah.
All on the relic terminators, yeah.
It's not all the same. At AP4, it's fine. And at AP3, goes to AP2, so 1 fail.
Yep.
Yeah, so 2 damage.
So 2 damage.
So only 1 failed.
So then, here we go.
And then we try again.
I know what guy it's on, but he's writing now,
So 3 at AP4 this time, and 3 at AP3.
Okay. So at AP4 goes to AP3, so 5 ups. And fail all of them. And the other one will be a 4 up.
3 at AP4, mate. 3 at AP3. So 2 more on that one.
Oh, sorry.
4 ups. So you make those. So it takes 6 damage.
6 damage. So that will kill the first guy. And kill
another guy.
So there's the first
Kill
guy.
another guy.
Nice.
And then she is going to hop, skip, and bounce out of combat.
Cool. I use the term cool quite literally.
Are you interrupting?
Yeah, I've got to. Question is where, because he's done this well, but we knew that was the case.
So where can you interrupt?
So my options for interrupting are one of the characters into
Yeah, one of the
Drazar, the
characters.
relics into the grotesques, and the 3 relic terminators into the incubi. And I'm actually thinking that relic terminators into the incubi might be the best use of my
Probably.
here.
I'm going to go for a wee wee.
That's fine.
What do you hit on, mate?
I hit on 2s because I didn't move in your turn. So hitting on 2s.
Into the incubi, yep.
For Grim Resolve. And wounding on 3s.
Yep.
With rerolls because they've got a lightning claw. For 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 saves.
4, 6, 8, 9, 82. 82, so it goes down to 5 up. That is this squad completely obliterated.
Good.
Down 2 CB interrupt.
Great.
1 wound each one.
Well, like the Claymix has got 2, but I failed loads there, so that's
It's just for counting no prisoners.
So 6 on no
6 in
prisoners.
total.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4,
29.
5, 6. Yeah. So next we're going to do de-rizzle.
Yeah.
Well, I get to do all my text now.
Let me just do my piling, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Remember the reader who's...
Yeah, you've got to move to the closest model, mate.
Yeah.
And you move.
Yeah.
And the raider
But
is in combat.
the closest model to him was these guys.
So we're going to do de-rizzle. What's their defensive profile? Sorry. So.
So standard Terminator.
Yeah.
And standard bike, really. So they're 5 wounds apiece.
Mm-hmm.
He has a T4 and a 2 up, 5 up, and he is T5 with a 3 up, no invuln in combat.
He is T5 with a 3 up and no invul.
Yes.
That's big.
Both have armor of contempt.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Right. So I'm going to do the first swing into the apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah.
Good choice.
First swing into the apothecary. 2s. 4s. Is he Deathwing?
He's in a circle. You wound him on whatever you would normally wound him on.
Yeah, because he's only Raven Wing, isn't he? Yeah, so I win him on 2s.
Yeah.
So 3 at AP 4, 2 at AP 3.
So 3 at AP 4 goes down to 6 ups. So all fail.
That's loads of damage, mate.
And
He's mullered.
how much damage each?
3 each.
3 each.
So that's 15 damage.
So let's roll 15 feel no pains. But you've got to do these things.
You do.
Because I might roll 15 sixes.
I mean, it's a waste of time, but
I mean, I rolled 2.
you can roll it.
I think I would have died on a 2-up feel no pain with that rolling.
And then, second swing into the other guy.
Yeah.
So 5 again. He is Deathwing though, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's Deathwing. So yeah, same again. Re-rolling because he hates everyone.
Yep.
And then 4s this time, but re-rolling because he hates everyone. Oh, that was terrible. 1 at AP 4, 1 at AP 3.
At AP 4, at AP 3.
Nope. So 6 damage.
Oh yeah, that one's fine because it goes to AP 2.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 10
4.
yeah.
And he's turning. Yeah.
So 3 damage.
So 3 damage.
Ooh.
That was a terrible roll.
Yeah, you had him.
I should have had him. That should have been massively dead. So that was a bad roll. Which is really annoying because I really needed him dead. That was very lucky.
It was. I am very aware. You've scored no prisoners, if that's any benefit. Because he's 5 wounded.
We're going next.
So I'll do the Archive here next. There's my doodad. There's my doodad. So he's going to go to there. And then he's going to do his attacks. Oh, I didn't find my blast pistol. Bollocks. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2s. 1 free reroll. That was really bad. I think there's going to be a bounce turn, people. 4s. 3 saves at AP 3. So 4 ups.
2 fails.
2 dead. Damage 3. Then we'll do the grotesques. So don't really need to pile in because then I'll touch his base. I don't want to touch his base because then he gets to swing. We'll do that. We spend 2 CP to reroll the wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So 3s. And then 4s re-rolling. That was very good.
That was a spike.
That's solid.
So what 6s there?
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at AP 3, and 7 at AP 2.
Okay, so at AP 3.
Oh, no, 7, sorry. 7 at AP 3 and 7 at AP 2. Wow, that was a really big spike, wasn't it?
So at AP 3, so 4 ups.
Yep.
After the reduction. So lots of fails. 5 fails, in fact.
And they're 2 damage apiece.
And they're 2 damage apiece.
Yep.
So we'll get to that in a second. And then, what was it, another 7?
7 3-ups, yeah.
So 7 3-ups. Of which 2 fail.
So that's Dead Terminator, Dead Terminator, Dead Terminator, 1-on-1 wound.
1-on-1 wound. Okay, so I've forgotten to do it every game I've ever used him for. But
Right.
the Ancient's ability, but without other than the -1 damage, is that there's the potential to fight on death.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we will kill off 1, 2, 3. No, not him. 3. And we will roll for each of them if they get an attack. And none of them get an attack. So it's on 4. Cool. I'm really glad I remembered it for that. Wasn't that fun?
That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was a thing.
Okay. Next charging attack. Still got some to go.
Blood Brides and Raiders.
Yeah. Blood Bride and the Raider.
There's
Big
2 of them.
Raiders. So this guy's going to consolidate again because he can. So free up some space so the Blood Brides can get around and get all their attacks because that's what we want. Because of that silly stratagem. Ugh. It's quite hard to get in, isn't it? Luckily, I've got very small bases.
Yeah.
So I think 2 can't get in.
Yeah.
Or just -2 attacks. So we're going to spend 2 CP to reroll wounds for the Cult of Strife.
Yep.
So all my attacks -2 guys that couldn't quite get in because of the stratagem. So we're going to do. How many is that? We'll do the Hecatrix first. So Hecatrix first with 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Oh, that was the way I said this at 1 CP. Sorry, prey on the weak because you've taken damage.
What's it do?
If you've taken any damage, I reroll 1s to hit.
Cool.
Rerolling wounds. So that is 3 at AP 3 and 1 at AP 6.
Okay. So it's all 4-ups anyway.
Yeah. I just like saying AP 6.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. So I failed 3 of them. My saves are not on my side today.
1 damage each or 2 damage?
1 damage each. This is all 1 damage each.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then it's 7 normal witches.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 normal witches times 4 is 28.
2, 3. Okay.
2s rerolling 1s. Drop 1. 27 hits. And then 4s, rerolling everything. There's a Cult of Strife. Which is good because that wasn't, well, that was about average, I would say, probably. So I can separate the 6s because they are AP a million. So 6s. Right, so Martin, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at AP 4.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fails.
5 wounds. They're just 1 damage each.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on your 2-up. Because they're AP 1, but obviously.
Yep.
Shields.
For a further 3 fails.
8 wounds altogether.
8 wounds altogether, indeed. So 2 dead and 1 hobbling along.
Tell me this again, thinned out.
And then we'll do Parliament.
I think he might have got knocked because he was toes on.
Yes. And then we'll touchy, which we like to touch.
Yes, you do.
Drukhari.
So I'm assuming it's me back now.
Still got raiders.
Still got my
Still
raiders.
got raiders, sorry.
So raider there.
Get raiders aren't just nothings, are they?
Yeah, no, raiders are not just nothing. They can do something. So 3 attacks into the Terminators. Rerolling 1 hit. Nope. And 3s. 4s even, because you're transhuman-y.
Yeah.
And then the attack's over here. So we're going to go whoop, like so. 4. 4 at AP1 on that dude.
4 at AP1.
Yep, it's normal 2.
Fair 1.
1 damage.
Cheeky.
Cheeky 1 damage.
Oh, I think that is all Drukhari's attacks.
Yeah, that is all right.
Alright.
Time to hit back.
That takes time. Okay. Let's start with the Ancient, who has 3 attacks, goes to 4 from Shock Assault, and +1 per Lightning Claw, so 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s because he didn't move in your turn. Wounding on 3s. With rerolls for lightning claws.
You know toughness 4, Drazar?
Drazar's toughness 4.
To 4s.
Wounding on 4s. So that'll be 4 saves at AP2.
So 4 ups. I fail 2.
2 damage. As in 1 damage each.
Yeah.
So then, while I've got dice for lightning claws, I'm thinking about lightning claws, let's use the lightning claws. The sergeant is still alive, I'm going to wound him now, so I'll get an extra attack. Hitting on 2s. I think Belial's probably out of range. Yeah. Just.
Wounding on 5s.
Wounding on 5s, rerolling. For 4 saves on the grotesques.
Make none. And try to feel no pain. Take 2.
Okay.
We're going next.
I'll go here next.
Okay.
I was charged, so I get the extra attack. Hitting on 2s, because that's what I do. And wounding on 5s. For 1 save at AP3.
1 save at 83.
On the reader? Yep.
On the radar, yeah.
2. 1. Sorry, 1.
Yeah.
Nope, goes through.
Take a damage.
Take a damage. And then your Deathwing Terminators and your Relic guys.
The relic guys here have been.
Oh, they've been, yeah,
Yeah,
they killed the
they killed the
Incubi,
Incubi. Do your Blood Bride things have OBSEC?
Yes,
Cool.
they are witches.
They will attack the Blood Brides then. With all of their stuff. So I'll do the flail first.
So they're hitting on 2s anyway, aren't they?
Yeah. So, yeah. Flail first, hitting on 2s. For 3 of them. And wounding on 2s. For 3 of them. And these are AP3.
Fair 1.
Okay, it's 2 damage and the damage spills over.
What does that mean?
So you take it as ones. So it can kill more than 1 model per.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's good against you. Shit against Marines.
It was disgusting against my Necrons. Disgusting.
Shit against Marines because it's only strength 6. It's good against elves.
And you got your maces?
And my maces, there are 4 of them in there. So hitting on 2s. For all of them.
Yeah.
And wounding on 2s. For all but 1 of them. For 11 saves.
4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. 4s. So I think that's the squad. Yeah, pretty much.
That damage doesn't spill
A
over.
very crap roll.
Are they?
7.
To be honest, my saves haven't
So
been all that hot.
one's alive?
I think like the Hecatrix is alive, I think. So I've lost 1
Just
already.
10 in
Plus
units?
7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so just the Hecatrix alive.
Oh,
Which is really, really shit, basically.
still upset, yeah.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, I've got
he's
upset on it
touched
as well.
it.
Oh, you're upset as
He
well, yeah?
touched it, so he's scabbed it basically because he got lucky. Like really lucky.
Okay.
I think that's everything of mine. Because the knights over there are not engaged.
Okay. Is that end of turn?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere near according to plan.
Do you morale and blood bites or the
Yeah. That's like that basically I would need to either do heroic, what's it called,
Insane
fortitude or insane bravery, or roll a 1, because I lost 9. So it's 9, leadership 9. So
Yeah.
yeah, I need to do insane bravery, or is it really worth keeping her there? Is the thing. I guess maybe. No, it's not worth it. No, see if I roll a 1. No, I don't. So she runs as well.
Okay.
That was incredible.
Okay, so that is end of turn. So you got no prisoners for sure.
Yeah, I definitely got no prisoners. That was it, really. I got secure extend battle lines because I've got the middle and my home.
Yeah.
That was my secure no man's land, and it failed horribly.
Yep.
Because of really good rolling, basically.
2 out of 3 cards, still not bad.
Yeah.
So you get 10 points on there, so that takes you up to a total of 20 points end of your turn.
Yeah.
You keeping your card?
Yeah, I mean, it should be a reasonably easy one to do, but it's, that was just a big whiffer, basically.
Okay.
I needed literally 3 witches to survive, and I would have contested that objective, which would have denied Martin primary. But I rolled way below half on my saves, and Martin rolled way above average on his hits and wounds and everything, which is what it is.
Okay, so go into Dark Angels. Go into Dark Angels turn 3. So at end of Drukhari's turn, you had scored no prisoners yet?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that puts you on 15 at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
And how many objectives are you holding?
Unfortunately, I'm not holding that anymore, so I am holding these 2, so I'm holding 2.
But not more.
Not more.
So only 5 points.
Only 5 points.
So
Is it 2, 3 more? Is it? Or is it
Yeah,
1, 2?
there's just 2 and more.
Hold 1 and hold
And
more.
then you do the raising thing.
So start your turn, it goes 20 points for you to George's 20.
Yep.
And then you'll draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
So let's see what you get.
So I've got Blood and Guts for killing things in combat.
Yeah, 3 units.
I've got Defend Stronghold.
Hold your back objective.
And I've got Investigate Site.
Action in the middle without opponents nearby, 12 inches. I think.
Yeah. No, that's area denial. This is 6 inches.
Okay.
Yes, 6 inches.
Okay. Are you keeping them all? And how many command points have you got?
He's only got 3 of them, or even less maybe.
I've got 3. We'll go to 4 at the beginning of this turn. Yeah, I'll keep them all.
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay. So we'll come back and the Dark Angels movement in a minute. Okay. And the movement for Dark Angels. Talk us through it.
Not a lot of movement. So in the command phase, all the buffs went on this unit, and this unit has then moved over this way in the attempt to try and pull off some charges and that objective. Deny some primary over there. The vast majority of stuff otherwise is in combat, and so will remain in combat.
Yeah. Belial's coming here.
Belial has moved this way to come and deal with
The Raider.
Well, hopefully, what comes out of the Raider. But if it ends up being the Raider, then it ends up being the Raider. But yes.
Okay, what are we doing now?
So the Talmaster is going to shoot at this. If it can. So hitting on 2s.
So roll 1 time.
Oh man, that's painful.
Moving on.
Not gonna say I feel sorry for you, but when I'll fucking 4 up to you roll against me, you can get fucked.
No wounds.
Oh no. Heavy bolter?
That was the heavy bar.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, assault cannon.
I thought that was your assault cannon.
That's my mono that's affecting you from the beginning.
Alright. Misses 2. That's somewhat something. Wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
For 4 saves. At AP 2 because he's keeping himself in devastating trouble.
So 5 ups.
Yep.
2 saves, 2 go through, goes down to 7.
Okay. That's it. I've shot everything.
Shot everything?
Yep.
Cool.
Charges.
Yep.
So Belial into the Raider
Okay.
is the obvious one. And 8 will be plenty. Let's just get into there.
Yep.
And the Deathwing Knights are going to attempt to charge at whatever is in range
rats.
here.
So that is a 9, mate, I'm afraid.
Yep, 9 for the Raider as well.
Oh, the Raider might be closer, but you'll need a 9 for that if you're going to multi-charge. The Raider is an 8.
Might as well multi-charge for that. See if they can make their second 9-inch charge of the game. 10. Look at that.
He's the fastest 5-inch moving Terminators in the universe.
He might not be able to shoot for toffee, but they can run.
Yeah, they can.
They think they're Ravenwing. Right, so they'll rock on their Heelys and charge. Well, that was the case.
Okay, so charges been made.
Yep.
Which is here.
Yep.
And then George's hero intervened.
Yep.
Fight last, gone on to.
Deathwing Terminators.
Yep, through the
Death
Archons.
Knights. And I'm going to try and torment that ancient guy. He's tormented, I think. I don't know. What leadership is he?
9.
That is a good question.
You're the
'Cause
9.
that's a whole other codex.
It is. Am I
Oh,
tormented?
it's Space Marine Codex, is it?
Am I tormented the
Yeah,
the
technically,
Okay,
he
it's
is an ancient in Terminator armor that gets the Deathwing keyword.
It's going to be 8.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be 8.
It is
It's 8. Ah,
eight.
you're
It's eight.
tormented!
As soon as you opened that book, it was 8. It was going to be an 8.
So the moment you had to look, it was 8. Like, that was it.
Okay, so.
Okay, so the Ancients fight last, the Deathwing Knights will fight last.
Yeah.
And these will fight first. So it's your fight first.
Yeah.
So you got either Belial or the Knights.
Yeah, so I'll do the Knights, but I'm going to need to make the most of mine.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got 2 that are going to go into the Raider, and 5 that are going to go into these 4 racks. That's
Okay,
1 each.
I'm just going to pick up the 4 racks.
Are you sure?
Yes, because 5 Deathwing Terminators hitting and wounding on 2s with 3 damage apiece is definitely going to kill 4 racks.
Alright, fine. Yeah, so the other 2 will swing their maces into the Raider, hopefully killing it, but if not, it's not the end of the world. The racks are actually the bigger target. 2 of them, so 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s with rerolls because they were near Belial at the beginning. And wounding on 3s with no rerolls. They don't really need it, so that's 5 saves at -2.
So it's we're on turn 2?
Yep.
Turn 2, so turn 3, so it's just 6 up. Nope.
And that'll be 15 damage, sir.
That'll be a blown up Raider, and it does not explode.
Okay. So that's up. Objective cleared out.
I guess closest units probably this
The
one,
Ravager.
actually, isn't it?
The Ravager or the Raider.
Are you going to interrupt?
Possibly. So, I mean, it's unlikely the 2 Terminators will kill 4 Grotesques. No, I'm not going to interrupt, but I am going to fight first with my Succubus because she is a Strife Succubus, so she has fight first.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that goes over the second charging unit, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
'cause it
fight first
alternates.
alternates, starting with the player whose turn it is. So he gets to pick a charger first, but then it goes to my fight first, which is my Succubus. So she's going to get 10 attacks. She misses twice, so put those there. And then they are Deathwing, so wound them on 4s, because it trumps my poison, which is very annoying. 3 at AP 4 and 3 at AP 3.
So at AP 4, we fail 2.
So it's 1 guy dead, with 2 damage apiece.
Yeah, so 1 guy dies, and then 3
Three
more, isn't
AP3,
it? So 4 ups and fail 1.
1 wound down to 1 wound.
So that'll be this guy dies,
So-
and this guy on 1 wound.
So
Then-
3 go through,
Here you go again.
and then I'll go again, because of competitive edge.
Yeah.
So 2 at AP 4, 2 at AP 3.
Okay, so on the 5 up,
He's dead.
he's dead, and on the 4 up, the other guy is alive on 1 wound. So that's still my objective, sir.
And
For
then
now.
she is going to bounce out again. To there. I think.
Okay,
Cool.
back onto charges.
Back onto your charger. So
Yeah, so
Belial.
Belial will go next. Unfortunately, he doesn't get his I always wound on 2s because you're a vehicle. But he does hit on 2s. So hitting on 2s, not rerolling because he can't affect himself with his aura unless I put full rerolls on himself. And wounding on, I believe 4s, might be 3s. It does actually really matter. He wounds.
I'm toughness 6. If that
Yeah.
helps.
He is strength 6. Look at that.
So no wounds.
Nothing.
Raider is unscathed.
Raider is unscathed.
Well, he's got 7 wounds left. But
Well, yeah.
Balar just slapped the outside of the hull. Was like, oh crap!
Hit you with the blunt bit
I
of the
forgot my
sword.
sword. I meant to hit them with the pointy bit.
I know I've had some points where I've rolled above average, but most of my rolling has been a bit.
Okay, so
bit iffy.
I fight normal because it's your turn. So I'm going to choose D-Rizzle.
Yep.
And he's going to go like that.
Yep.
Okay, yep. So he's going to go like that. And he's going to put all 5 into the Ancient.
Yep.
So 2s, rerolling everything because he hates you. He's especially angry with you because of last time. And then 4s, rerolling everything because he hates you. So 3 at AP 4 and 2 at AP 3.
He.
Dies.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
One's enough, isn't it? So.
Then your fight normal.
My fight normal.
So either your Raven Wing Dude or your Terminator's here.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of the Raider in combat. So we'll
What?
put. I know.
3 strength 7 attacks
I
and
know.
damage 1.
I know. So we'll do the Terminators.
Yep.
So they're not going to survive. Let's be honest. If I don't. So Draz is in range.
Draz is in range, yeah,
So
he engaged you.
we'll try and kill him, I think.
Yep.
So
I didn't charge you, so you
Didn't
don't get
charge.
+1.
I don't get my +1 attack, but I didn't move, so I do get +1 to hit.
So what are you hitting on normally?
2s.
2s with 4 attacks each?
With
3 attacks each.
4 attacks each. Plus 3 attacks each.
3 attacks
Yeah.
each.
Plus
I'm gonna
+1 for Sergeant.
I'm going to make Jazar -1 to hit,
Yep.
so you're hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Saves me 1,
Save me 1.
and then toughness 4.
Toughness 4, so 4's rerolling. 4, 5.
4 ups, he's your AP2 and he's got a 2 up armor save. So 3 go through.
Okay.
Down to 1.
Oh,
That's a very wounded Jazar. Then we'll do him because I think he'll be enough to kill those 2. So 5 attacks. 1 miss, 4s. We're running everything because he hates you. Oh, only 2.
Ooh.
1 at AP4, 1 at AP3.
At AP4.
nope.
Yep, 1
At
dead.
AP3.
1 dead. Damage 3 apiece.
Cool. John on his fucking last legs there, taking him down with him.
Oh, you'd be surprised what Jazar can do on 1 wound. You probably won't watch this, but Malik Rubio, when we face the beachhead, he'll tell you what 1 wounded Jazar did to his army. It was horrible. Did
Has Martin told you what happened to Drazar when we fought?
he die?
Yeah, how did he die, Martin?
He's in a venom by himself.
Oh, you didn't. You got the one. That's like my worst nightmare. That's literally like I have nightmares about rolling that one. Like, that's,
I wasn't impressed.
no, I literally have nightmares about rolling that one. Like
That's a very
And
old.
it was recorded, so you
That's
can
the-
find
that's-
it on the Bugle Bat Reps channel.
that's the only thing that's more painful than rolling a 1 on your shadow field first roll.
Yeah.
Literally, that is just horrendous.
Yeah.
Like,
If you want to see me play Drukhari against Dark Angels, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
It's very old now.
7. This is the Archon into your Knights. So 1 free reroll because he's an Archon, and he's Blackheart, and then these are on 4s. Only 2, AP3.
2 at AP3, so 2 4-ups, and fails 1.
1 dies, damage 3.
1 dice. The flail isn't going to be much use against one guy, so we'll pick that up.
Okay. What's next?
Your next fight, normal, so it'll be
the Talamaster.
The Talamaster against the Raider.
Yeah, so 3 attacks, because no shock assault, hitting on 2s, wounding on 5s, for 1, more than Belial.
6 up. Saved it.
Good old Eldar dice.
I mean, what do I say? What do I say?
Then my Raider. 3 attacks onto. We'll do it onto the Talonmaster. 1 free reroll. What turn are we in? 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then 4s. No, 3s. Because he's toughness 6, I'm assuming?
He is toughness
Yeah,
6.
so 1 save, AP 1.
Normal save.
He's fine.
Ah.
Okay. So, Deathwing Knights finally?
Deathwing Knights into
Archon?
the Archon.
Deathwing Knights, so no charging, so 2 attacks each, that'll be 8 attacks.
Only have 2 attacks each?
Yeah. You did ask me, I did tell you that.
I just forget. 'cause
That's
I don't
fine.
care.
You might in a minute.
Yeah, I will.
Right, so try and force that one on Shadow Field. So hitting on 2s.
Yep.
For all of them.
2s.
Winning on 2s.
Oh, that's 3 1s.
So that's 5 saves.
Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah! The Shadowfield holds. Shadowfield holds. Okay. That's the end of the turn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, end of your turn, what are you scoring, man?
Probably nothing.
So you cleared this one. So
Yeah, I did. So I get 2 on Blood and Guts. I didn't kill another unit though, did I?
killed 2 units.
Yeah. I need a third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. The secondaries.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh dear. Are you keeping them all?
No. I'm going to get rid of Defense Stronghold because all he needs to do is get out. And so.
Hey, I might not get out.
So,
You might not,
I'm
but,
definitely getting out.
but you absolutely could, and deny me that.
okay, so end of round 2, you're on 20 points. Drukhari's on 20 points.
Yeah.
There's a lot of casualties on the table, both sides.
Yeah.
So let's go into round 3 for the Drukhari. Okay, so going to turn 3 Drukhari.
Yeah,
I'm
only on 2 objectives, so I get 5 points for primary.
Okay.
2
2 are not more.
are
No.
not more, no, because I'm not holding that one because he's got 2 models on it.
Yeah.
I've got nothing on that one because
Okay.
the Blood Bride died, and I got that one and that one.
Okay.
So I draw Assassination. 1 or more enemy characters or warlord units were destroyed during that turn. All characters or warlords from you, so I kill a character.
Oh dear.
And hold the line. Which is, what's hold the line?
Keep things out of your range of your deployment zone. 6 inches, I think.
So,
Yeah.
oh,
Damn it!
Yeah.
I'm not going to discard it because I can discard it at the end, and I really need the CP, I think, to do as much damage as possible.
Okay.
So yeah.
At this point, are you going to burn any objectives?
Is it at the beginning of the movement?
Yeah.
Is it?
It takes the whole turn to do it.
Takes the whole turn to do it. So yeah, I'm going to start burning this one. I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to start burning this one.
Okay.
With. Oh no. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to start burning it. No.
Okay. Okay, so we'll come back end of movement for the Drukhari.
Yep.
Okay.
I need that objective, but I can't get it.
End of movement for the Drukhari.
Yeah, so a bit of a push happened. So the grotesques, the homunculus healed the grotesque back up to 4. They've moved over to here. I decided not to push the Deathwing Knights because Martin's got a choice next turn. He either stays there to hold that objective to get primary, or he pushes me. But if I push him now, he's still -1 damage, so the grotesques will pretty much bounce off them. So it's kind of a bit of a wasted effort. So instead I'm just going to keep a bit of distance and shoot him with Dark Lances like a true hero. The Succubus moved over to here, so she's got options. I'm going to see if I get lucky with a Dark Lance shot to finish this guy off. And then if they do, then she's going to charge into this and help the Archon out. Drazar got a good advance, 1 wound. Drazar got a 6 on his advance, so he moved over to here to threaten Belial. Ratch just got out, moved over to here to obsec the objective. Incubi got out. And they're going to push into the Ravenwing guy, and the Raider just stayed there because I don't need to fall him back. And Homoxite's got a nice 5 or 6 on their advance as well, and they pushed over 13 inches onto this objective. So now that's pretty secure. My Court of the Archon moved over, shifted up a little bit to get line of sight on the Deathwing just to put some incidental splinter fire downrange. And the deep striking warriors that I had to bring in this turn, I didn't particularly want to, but they're on this objective now, just to hold it. I was trying to save them for one of the other objectives, but Death Ring are a lot tougher than you think they are. But yeah, so we're going to shooting ones that don't really have an option or that I need to happen. So we'll do the lance from here into the Terminator with 2 wounds left. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 1 wound at -4. Yep, there's D3 plus 3 damage. So
Yep, he's dead.
the blast pistol from the Archon that I forgot to fire last turn hits, doesn't wound. The disintegrator from here into the Raven Lord guy. 3 hits.
Nice.
It's toughness 6.
He is toughness 6.
5s. 1 save, AP 3.
Cool. We'll take it.
2 damage. And then
I'll make a save at some point later.
Ravagers. So no, we'll do the court first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Splinter carbine shots. 1 free reroll for Billy the Blackheart. And then these are all poison 4+. So I see you're transhuman, and I raise you always wounded 4s anyway. Pretty good. So 5 saves and no AP.
5 2 ups.
There's the ones.
There's 2 1s. That's enough to kill a guy because there's 1 wounded.
And we'll do Ravager into that guy that I can just about see.
Yep.
3 hits. 2 wounds, AP 4. So 4 up indoors.
Yep. And I'll fail both.
2 dead. D3 plus 3. So
Yeah.
4, minimum 4. And then the last Ravager, shooting down here into them.
Yep.
3 hits. Ravagers are on fire this game. 2 wounds.
Saves are not on fire this game.
One more then.
One more dead. That's it for shooting. So we'll do some charges. So Incubi into this guy. They get a 6, so they are in.
Yep.
Drezar into Belial. He gets a 7, 8, so he is in. In fact, he'll charge both because he's right there, so you might as well charge both. Succubus into the Deathwing Knights. She gets in, and that's it.
Nice. So fight last on Death Rings.
Fight last on the Deathwing Knights. We'll try and torment Belial with Drezar.
Definitely does on the 11.
Yeah.
So Belial is tormented, and we'll torment not Samael, the Ravenwing guy. No, so the Ravenwing guy is not tormented. So we're going to do the Incubi into the Ravenwing guy first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for this, the Clayvex, and then 3 for the other Incubi. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hitting on 2s. That's a, I don't know what that is. So a few 1s. Strength 5, toughness 6, but plus 1 to wound because Drezar's right there, so wound on 4s. Not the best, no. 2 saves at -4 and 3 saves at -3.
At -4, we'll go to 6 up. So 1 pass, 1 fail.
So that's 3 damage on that one.
Yep.
And then these are AP 3 and 2 damage.
So AP 3, so 5 ups. And 2 damage apiece. We'll kill him.
4 damage.
Does he explode? Yes!
Oh no!
Drazar is going to blow up.
Just one wound it.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, 1 more
The
wound.
character vehicle blows up on the 6.
It's a land speeder.
It's a land speeder.
Does it actually blow up?
Yeah, it
The
does.
character vehicles
No, it
don't
does.
blow up.
No, it does. Genuinely does. You might think I'm joking, but it genuinely does. Explodes when it is destroyed. Roll 1d6 before removing it from play. On a 6, it explodes, and each unit within 3 takes 1 mortal wound.
Well, that's like the luckiest POS I've ever seen.
You got a habit of killing Archons here, not Archons, Jahazas.
I have got a habit of killing
In
Drazars
shitty ways.
In really
Yeah, that's a
shitty
really
ways.
shitty way. Like, yeah, alright. Thanks. That was fun. How cinematic. The Fun Pain on the racks. No, they lose one.
Yeah.
You need a 6-inch
The Raider as well.
6-inch advance to get to you as well.
Yeah.
Just to die.
Yeah. And he didn't even attack it.
No.
He just walked into an explosion.
To say I'm peeved is an understatement. But oh well.
Okay.
That's what it is. Rolling dice. Do the Hecatrix, not the Hecatrix, the Succubus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One miss so far. And 4s because of transgamous. So just 4 saves at AP3.
4 saves at AP3?
Yep, on the death ring.
Just over here, yeah?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, so roll them all again.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. One at AP4, 2 at AP4, and 1 at AP3.
2 at AP4, and 1 at
They'll be on the
AP3.
4 up anyway,
Yeah.
won't they?
1 fail.
So 2 damage. That was a whiffer. And then she is gonna go this way.
Yep.
Then it's Belial. No, he got E
No,
quite
he got
last, didn't he? So,
yeah.
we're going to do the Archon. He's going to go to there.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2s. 4s. 1, 2. These are all on your involved, so 3 on your involved. That's
Fail
one more dead.
1.
And Raider?
Raider. He's on 6 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's still on. No,
D3 attacks instead of 3? Is it, or?
No, I think he's still on top.
he's still on
not
top.
half, is
He's
he?
not 5. 1 hit. Oh, that was and a 4. Aha! Take that at AP2.
Okay.
Ah.
Attacks back.
Yeah, so let's start with Belial.
He's lucky.
He did get charged, so he does get a shock assault attack. He hits on 2s. He wounds on 4s. So that's 3 saves on the invuln.
AP. So 5 up. I get 5 up anyway, so 1 goes through.
I think you only got 4.
5 up. Because it's turn 3,
Oh, right.
but I get +1 to power from pain, so I'm on turn 4 for that black
So
card.
1
Raider.
save.
So 1 goes through, yeah.
The damage.
It's 3 damage.
Damage 3, yeah?
And
So
3.
3.
And Death Ring's back on the Archon.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely back on the Archon. They got charged, so they also get shock assault. So they're down a model, but up 3 attack. Up 2 attacks.
So 9 attacks, is it?
Yep. So hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s.
Yep.
Oh dear.
For 5.
Shadowfield. 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 Shadowfield.
Okay. End of turn?
End of turn.
Yeah, just.
Okay. So what do we score for Drukhari?
Not as much as I was hoping. So I did get assassinate because I killed a character,
Yeah. What's your other ones?
but I didn't get secure no man's land. I don't think because it's got to be in no man's land, isn't it?
Security checks if you weren't holding already, isn't it?
If you only have 1 unit remaining. At the end of your turn, if you control 2 or more objective markers in no man's land, which I don't, only control 1. Because Deathwing don't die. So I still haven't got that, and I still haven't got hold of the line because these guys are right there.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to discard hold the line, if I'm honest. Yeah, and discard hold the line.
Okay. So you get 5 points. That takes you up to 30 at the end of your turn.
Yep.
So let's head into Dark Angels, turn 3 next. Okay, so Dark Angels, turn 3. You're still in it, just about.
Just about.
Just about, Vic.
Yeah.
So how many objectives are we holding?
I'm holding 2 objectives.
To George's.
2. Well, yeah.
Okay, so just 5 points on the
3
primary.
actually. I'm on
3,
3.
yeah. So just
So
5.
500 points on the primary. what cards you got?
I've got Blood and Guts, because I didn't kill anything then, did I?
No,
Jahaza.
Jahaza blew
But
up.
yeah, there
Yeah,
wasn't.
It wasn't a melee attack.
So you still got Blood and Guts
Still got
and
Blood and Guts,
Investigate
I've
Site.
still got Investigate Site.
So you draw one card.
So I'll draw one card. That is the thing. Where did I put that? A tempting target.
So
My
George.
opponent has to pick an objective. If I can hold it at the end of this turn,
Any objective.
No
any
man's
objective
land.
in no man's land. It's got to be that one. Yeah. Exactly. That's
Okay.
simple.
Are you discarding any for the command point?
I mean, I'm not going to hold that, am I? Yeah, let's do it. I don't want a tempting target. Because it's not tempting. And I will instead have capture enemy outpost for capturing the objective in George's deployment zone.
Which is the very corner
Which is,
one.
yeah, just as easy. Cool.
The ones he stuck warriors on.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll come back. End of Dark Angels movement. End of Dark Angels movement. And
Yeah, nothing really happened, to be honest. These Deathbring Knights jumped through the wall
yeah,
and started investigating the site for some points. And that's it.
nice.
That is that. And now we're on shooting, of which I have one gun that's tied up in combat. So, end of shooting phase.
Okay. Charge phase.
phase, they're doing an action and everything else is in combat, so no charges.
So end of charge phase.
End of charge phase.
Heroic, the
Yep.
succubus.
Yep.
And then Starfight
And then
phase.
fight phase.
Fight last.
Fight
Fight
last
last
on the
on
death wheel.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fight
succubus
first on your
first.
succubus, yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
So back anyway.
She's ridiculous, like literally
Oh, she's right.
best unit in the codex.
Yeah, she is, probably is. For her points.
So 2 at AP, well, these are all in your involve. 4 saves altogether, mate.
2 fails, so 1 dead.
Yeah, 1 dead. So 2 go through. So I roll 8.
Here we go.
Do it again. 4 again.
Ooh.
3 fails. So 1 dead and 1 limping.
And then she's going to do what she's been doing all game.
And jump
Bounce
away.
out.
Yeah. Great.
So
Belial.
Yeah, Belial will have 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling.
You know what's going to happen? The raid is going to explode now.
and kill Belial.
I'll kill Belial.
Yeah,
Because
it did put some hard.
D3 mortals.
To wound will be 4s, no re-rolls, so that's 2 saves at minus
So 2 fire-ups.
something.
Right, both go through.
Yeah, 6 damage.
Oh!
What is that? 2
Two
mortals.
mortals.
Yeah, that will kill him.
Oh my god! I'm a psycho. But I do take 2 on my incubi, so the Clavex dies and 1 of the incubi dies, and then 2 on the racks. 2 of the racks die. Wow, that was
something.
something. Don't see that very often.
Okay, right.
Archon swinging into the guy.
Yeah.
I know what I need to do actually with the Archon. He's fought 3 times, isn't he? No, so that was my Djinn Blade rolls. If I roll a 1 after he fights, he takes a mortal. Reroll. And 4s. 4 saves, AP 3. There's a 2.
Gibson.
Well, I'm going to CP that, because there's only 1 of them, and why not, right?
Yep.
I'm running out of things to use it on. Nope.
Dead. 3 damage.
Dead.
Okay. End of Dark Angel's turn.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you do get 5 for Investigate Site.
And I get 5 for Blood of Guts, because I did punch
Nice.
the Raider to death.
Yeah, you did.
So that takes you up to 35 points. So you're actually in the lead end of round 3.
Yeah,
The George 30 points.
Somehow, and I will discard capture enemy outpost.
Okay.
I don't want it.
So into Drukhari, turn 4 next.
Or what do I draw?
Okay, into Drukhari, turn 4. do you hold more objectives? So you get 10 points on primary.
Yeah.
And then what do you draw? Cards.
So bring it down. So name the
highest wounds model on table.
oh, the Deathwing.
A model and Deathwing.
Yeah.
Probably a sergeant.
Yeah. And defend stronghold.
Hold your back objective.
Okay, that's easy. It's fine. Bring it down. Not so easy.
And what's your third one?
I've still got secure no man's land.
Okay.
Unless I score it at the end of my.
Sorry, I've just seen your calls.
Okay, so come back end of movement
End of
for
its turn.
Drukhari. Okay, end of movement for Drukhari. What have we done?
So the racks that were left surviving on there have started burning this objective, raising the objective.
Burning mad for miniatures.
Burning out for miniatures. Grotesques advanced. Homunculus just walked up. These two advanced over. Ravagers just moved around to get line of sight to shoot things. That empty radar moved over onto that objective to burn it. Maybe.
Everything's rushing the last of Deathwing.
Everything's trying to finish off the last of the Deathwing. So we do things without options. So this Ravager into the Deathwing. One hit so far. One hit. No wounds. And the other Ravager. 3 hits. 2 wounds.
2 4-ups. 2 dead.
2 Deathwing dead. The Homunculus are going to lob his grenade.
I'm gonna watch this back, and I'm just gonna keep tabs on my saves all game.
3 mortals from the Homunculus's grenade.
Alright, how do you want to kill the last guy?
The last dark glance on the radar.
Cool.
Hits.
Doesn't wound.
Does not wound.
CP.
So we charge the grotesques. Oh, well, I'm rolling 3 dice.
Because you're cheap.
4, yeah. And then the succubus. 6 plus 1 is 7.
Yeah,
so
that'll be fine.
so she's going to get in. And then we'll try and get the Archon in, but he might not make it now. No, he doesn't make it. Let's see if he rerolled it. He makes it.
Okay.
So finish off the last Deathwing.
With the succubus?
I mean, she's been pretty amazing,
MVP.
hasn't she? She's
On
been
her
pretty
debut.
amazing.
What was
see if
the-
I can get
what-
one. Archon.
Archon's going in.
Yours. Oh, he means business. 5 saves on your in bowl, please. And if you fail any of them, he dies.
I've got this.
He dies all the times.
He in fact did not have this.
He did not have this.
And that is the
Does he explode?
He explodes. It's been a game for it.
And that is
You held your breath for a second.
the Dark
Again.
Angels tabled.
That is the Dark Angels table.
Which means you score points for burning, bring it down, and you're secure no man's land.
Yeah, so you get 15 on the secondary.
Yep.
Which takes you up to 55 points at the end of your turn to Mountains 35 with no way back for the Dark Angels.
I don't know, is there a card for being tabled? Have no units on the field?
Fortunately not. So it is an end for the Dark Angels and
Yeah.
a victory for the Drukhari.
Victory!
So we'll come back with the endgame chat. Okay, so that's it. And King George has his crown.
Yeah!
A valiant fight for the Dark
Yeah,
Angels.
well deserved, well deserved. It was a good game.
It's bloody. Really
It was.
bloody. I think Martin's, it's fair to say Martin's saves were not in his favour in certain situations. Like the Lancers in particular, my Ravagers were just picking up Terminators all over the place because he just wasn't rolling 4-ups. But I think that's the kind of army that Deathwing are. Like, if you roll 4-ups, you win. If you don't roll 4-ups, then
and
it's really hard.
credit where credit's due. There were spots where had you moved in different ways, it would have given me more options to cleave straight through you.
Yeah.
Because my attacks were fine, and if I had more targets to punch, you'd have far less left.
Yeah.
Um,
But even so, like, I didn't give you easy targets, like,
No,
all
no.
game. But the big blob of Deathwing Knights that were like this side got all the way into my deployment zone pretty much because of 2 really long charges and decent pile-ins and stuff. So, but yeah, like, it was tough. It was it was only until turn 3 really that I thought actually I could clean this up, because turn 1 and 2 was
dicey.
Like, I mean, we were neck and neck all the way through on points. So. Yeah, and just the cinematic moment of like
everything explodes.
The Raven Wing Talon Master blowing up and finishing off one wounded Drazar, and then Belial punching the Raider, blowing that up and killing himself. Is just that's the kind of craziness that 40k does sometimes. But
that's the kind of game it was, though. You know, it was a good laugh. It had its moments, but you know, it was always going to be a hard game.
Yeah. It is a tough game for Deathwing into Drukhari because the speed is really hard for you to counter unless you bring guns, but it's really hard to bring guns in a Deathwing list.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, it's but they're just so tough. It takes. I mean, Drukhari punch really hard, and this list has a lot of really heavy hitters, and it still took large amounts of my damage output to get through the knights. The main weakness being that you can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
So whereas I kind of can be
Yeah, and I toyed around. So obviously I combat squadded the relic terminators just to spread out my shooting a little bit, which I think worked fine. I toyed with the idea of spreading out the Deathwing Knights and combat squadding those as well, but honestly, there were only so many directions I could go in. And at no point with them did I feel, well, I want to go here and I want to go there. So I think it worked bringing the big blobs, and obviously the buffs are far more beneficial on big blobs anyway.
Yeah. You get so much utility from -1 damage with a 10-man Deathwing unit. It's
very,
it basically
very
just
strong.
means that anything you throw into it, even big hitters like Draz and Incubi, I just know they'll bounce. And it's it's very, very intimidating. But that's the strength of the army. So. Stoicism and tenacity is the name of the game.
Yeah. So that is it. So after 15 games, we do have our Season 2 champion.
Yeah.
So you finally get your hands on it.
Yeah.
So well done.
Cheers, everyone. I just want to say, it's pretty appropriate. I think I'm the blend of all the groups, really, because I originally started off as TEAM MFM. When I first started going to events, I did have a t-shirt, but they've all just gone to plain black now because the printer's rubbed off. And Martin gave me this t-shirt for Christmas, which is lovely Bugle bat reps, and I've still got my Royal Space Raiders on the back. So I'm like a triad of groups. I'm like a true Drukhari Archon. I play all sides until I think of which one to stab in the back first.
So that is it for this series. So hopefully you've enjoyed it all.
And blend or not, I'll take that crown next time.
If it's one of the first games you watch, go back, check out some of the games.
Yeah, there's some really good ones.
Has been some very, very good games.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a faction you particularly like to play, or that you've got a game coming up against. If you want to see some of the things they do, there's been some really good showcases of some of the tricks that some of the armies can
I
pull out.
think the Necron, the Martin and Mike game, the Necron GSC game was really good.
Yeah.
For how close it was and how back and forth and you didn't know which way to go.
Yeah.
So go and watch that. It was a really good one. And if you want to see me rip the piss out of Paddy, go and watch my game with him against Tyranids for round 2. That was also quite funny.
But it's been good. Lots of different armies compared to what you normally see for competitive, I'd say.
Next time.
I think my Drukhari's quite typical, Raider Rush kind of style. But yeah, it's a nice mix of lists.
Yeah, I think again my Deathwing is quite typical. You know, it was.
Yeah, maybe not you two, but
No.
Well, but next time all tactical Marines.
Nice.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
You come back here.
I might. Well, someone's got to knock.
So presumptuous.
If you don't invite me back, I'll assume it's fear.
So yeah, if you like this, make sure you go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the social medias, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel.
Yeah.
Leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you thought about the series. Also go check out Royal Space Raiders on Spotify, podcasts,
iTunes, all the normal.
all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And again, on their social medias, links are all down below in the description. But until next time, see you. Yeah, so cheers and go on.
Champion!
Paddy will be jealous.